Today, I want to share something simple yet powerful: 10 things you must work on every single day. In a world that's moving faster than ever, success doesn't just come from ambition or talent. It comes from what you do consistently. The small things, the daily disciplines, the inner work. These 10 things are not just tasks. They're habits that will shape your character, elevate your mindset, and unlock your true potential. Whether you're chasing success in business, personal growth, relationships, or health, these daily habits can be your foundation. So let's dive into the 10 things you must work on every day. 1. Your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It is the lens through which you see the world, the filter that determines how you interpret challenges, setbacks, successes, and even your own self-worth. If your mindset is negative, limited, or fixed, no matter how much potential you have, it will hold you back. But if your mindset is positive, resilient, and growth-oriented, you will find a way to rise, even in the toughest conditions. Every single day, you must work on your mindset, not once a week, not once a month. Every day. Why? Because the world will test it. People will doubt you. Circumstances will change. Life will throw things at you that you didn't ask for, and your mindset will either break you or build you in those moments. Start your day by feeding your mind intentionally. Read something that challenges you. Listen to something that inspires you. Surround yourself with voices that push you forward, not ones that pull you down. Protect your mind from negativity, whether that comes from the media, toxic people, or your own inner critic. Be aware of your self-talk, that voice inside your head. It matters more than you think. Are you speaking to yourself like someone you believe in, or like someone you've already given up on? Because if your internal dialogue is filled with doubt, fear, or blame, it becomes very difficult to take bold, meaningful action. A strong mindset also means being willing to fail. People with a fixed mindset see failure as a verdict, proof that they aren't good enough, but those with a growth mindset, they see failure as feedback. As fuel, as an opportunity to grow, adjust, and get stronger. Every day, remind yourself you are a work in progress, and that's a beautiful thing. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to improve. Working on your mindset also involves training yourself to focus on what you can control. Life is unpredictable, but your attitude, your effort, your perspective, those are always within your control. The more you practice choosing empowerment over excuses, action over fear, and learning over judgment, the more unstoppable you become. And remember, your mindset doesn't just impact you, it impacts everyone around you. Your family, your coworkers, your friends, they all feel the energy you bring into the room. So choose to bring strength, choose to bring belief, choose to bring hope. Your mindset isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Brick by brick, day by day, through practice, through intention, through struggle. So make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, because if your mindset is right, everything else becomes possible. 2. Your health. Your health is your foundation. It's the invisible fuel that powers every goal you pursue, every task you complete, and every dream you chase. Without it, nothing else matters. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if your body breaks down, your progress halts. That's why taking care of your health isn't a luxury, it's a daily responsibility. We live in a time where it's easy to take health for granted until it's gone. We push our bodies through stress, neglect sleep, eat food that slows us down instead of energizing us, and convince ourselves that we'll fix it later. But the truth is, later is built on what you do today. Your future strength, energy, and vitality are being shaped in every decision you make. Now, every day, work on your physical health, move your body. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. A walk, a run, a stretch, a workout. Whatever gets your blood flowing and your body awake. Movement is medicine, and the more you engage in it, the better your mood, your focus, and your overall well-being. But physical activity is just one part of the equation. What you feed your body matters just as much. The food you eat is not just about taste, it's about fuel. Ask yourself, is what I'm eating giving me energy or taking it away? Is it supporting my immune system or weakening it? Choose real, whole foods. Drink more water than you think you need. Cut back on the things that make you feel sluggish, inflamed, or unfocused. The goal is not perfection. It's awareness and progress. Sleep is another non-negotiable. In a hustle culture that glorifies staying up late and grinding until burnout, we forget that rest is productive. Sleep is where recovery happens, where your brain resets, where your body repairs. If you're cutting corners on sleep, you're not gaining time. You're borrowing it, and the debt will come due. And let's not forget mental and emotional health. Your body and mind are not separate. They are deeply connected. Stress, anxiety, and burnout don't just live in your head. They manifest in your body. Headaches, tension, fatigue, irritability, all signs that your emotional state needs attention. So take time to breathe, meditate, disconnect, laugh, talk to someone. You're allowed to slow down so you can speed up later. Your health isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel and function. It's about waking up with energy, moving through your day with clarity, and going to bed with peace. And the best part, you don't have to overhaul your entire life in a day. Small choices done daily lead to massive transformation over time. When you take care of your health, you don't just add years to your life. You add life to your years, more presence, more productivity, more joy. So respect your body, honor your limits, and show up for yourself every single day. 3. Your goals every day. You must work on your goals. Not just the big, distant ones, but the small steps that move you forward. Your goals are not just wishes. They are commitments. They are the promises you make to yourself about the life you want to build and the person you want to become. But here's the truth. Goals don't work unless you do. Writing them down once and letting them collect dust won't get you anywhere. You have to revisit them, reconnect with them, refocus on them daily, because in the noise of the world and the chaos of daily life, it's easy to forget why you started. It's easy to get lost in tasks, distractions, and other people's priorities. And before you know it, you're busy, but not productive, active, but not aligned. That's why it's critical to realign with your goals every single day. Ask yourself, what am I working toward? What matters most right now? What can I do today, just today? That brings me one step closer to that vision. Goals should never feel distant. They should feel real, alive, urgent. That's why you break them down. If your goal is to write a book, then your task today is to write one page. If your goal is to lose weight, then your focus today is to eat clean and move. If your goal is to grow a business, then today is about the call, the email, the meeting, the momentum. Progress is what gives goals power, and progress doesn't always have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent, one brick at a time, because over time, bricks become walls and walls become structures. That's how goals become realities, not through random bursts of inspiration, but through daily intentional effort. Also, don't be afraid to adjust your goals. Life evolves, you evolve. Sometimes goals that made sense months ago no longer fit who you're becoming, and that's okay. What's important is to stay connected to a vision that excites you, challenges you, and stretches you. A vision that feels personal, meaningful, and worth the effort. It's also important to write your goals down. Not just once, but regularly. Put them where you can see them. Speak them out loud. Visualize them as if they've already happened. Your brain is a powerful engine, but it needs a clear destination. Without it, you'll drift. With it, you'll drive with purpose. Working on your goals daily doesn't mean pushing yourself to exhaustion. It means moving with direction. It means replacing passive waiting with intentional action. It means refusing to let a day pass without investing, even just a little, into your future. Because if you're not working on your goals, you're working on someone else's. And the dreams you ignore today will be the regrets you carry tomorrow. So remind yourself each day, I am building something. I am becoming someone, and I will not let today go to waste. 4. Your time is the one resource you can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. That's why managing your time isn't just about being efficient. It's about being intentional. Every day, you must take ownership of your time, or someone else will. Think about it. Each of us is given the same 24 hours a day. What separates those who succeed from those who struggle isn't more talent or luck or resources. It's how they use those 24 hours. The people who get ahead in life are the ones who protect their time like it's gold, because it is. They don't allow distractions to dictate their day. They don't waste hours on things that don't matter. They don't let urgency override importance. So the question becomes, how are you spending your time? Are you reacting or are you planning? Are you scrolling endlessly or are you creating intentionally? Are you just busy, or are you actually being productive? Because those two things are not the same. Being busy is about movement. Being productive is about progress. To truly work on your time every day, start with clarity. Know what matters most. Identify your top priorities and schedule them first. Your calendar should reflect your values, not just your obligations. If you say your family is important, your health is important, your goals are important, then show that in how you allocate your time. Next, protect your focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: notifications, emails, social media, endless to-do lists. And while technology can be a tool, it can also be a thief. If you're not careful, your attention will be scattered in 100 directions, and you'll reach the end of the day wondering where your time went. The ability to focus, to sit down and give your full attention to one task is becoming a superpower. Practice it daily. Also, give yourself structure. High performers don't rely on motivation alone. They rely on systems. They create routines that help them stay consistent. Morning rituals, time blocks, checklists. These aren't just productivity hacks, they're commitment tools. Tools that help you show up even on the days you don't feel like it. And don't forget to make time for rest. Rest isn't laziness, it's part of the cycle. Just as muscles grow in recovery, your mind sharpens in stillness. Schedule breaks, take walks, unplug when you need to, because burning out isn't noble, it's avoidable. Each day is a blank canvas. You get to decide what you fill it with. Are you building something meaningful? Are you inching closer to the life you want? Or are you letting time pass in a haze of busyness and distraction? Working on your time every day means living with urgency, but not panic; with clarity, but not rigidity; with purpose, but also with space to breathe. Because when you begin to treat your time as precious, your life begins to reflect that value. 5. Your discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It's what separates desire from achievement, potential from performance. Every day, you must work on your discipline, because without it, even the best plans fall apart. Talent is wasted, opportunities are missed, time is lost, dreams remain dreams. We live in a world that often glorifies motivation. We wait to feel ready, we hope for inspiration to strike, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes with our mood, our energy, even the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, is dependable. It shows up whether you feel like it or not. It gets you out of bed when comfort begs you to stay. It pushes you to keep going when excuses whisper. Take a break. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to. It's making the hard choices, saying no when distractions call, saying yes when growth requires discomfort. It's waking up early, following through, finishing strong. And the beautiful thing is, it's not something you're born with, it's something you build. One decision at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. Each day, you're presented with countless moments to practice discipline. Do you hit snooze or rise with purpose? Do you follow your routine or drift aimlessly? Do you scroll your phone or open a book? Do you stick to your meal plan or give in to the quick fix? These little moments may seem small, but they compound, and over time, they define your life. Discipline is also about consistency. Anyone can do the right thing once. Anyone can crush a goal for a week. But can you do it when no one's watching? Can you do it when progress feels slow? Can you do it after failure? That's where true discipline is forged, not in perfection, but in persistence. Another important aspect of discipline is delayed gratification, the ability to resist short-term pleasure for long-term gain. It's not always fun. In fact, sometimes it's boring, frustrating, even lonely. But every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you put in the work instead of taking shortcut, you strengthen your willpower, and willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Understand this: your future self is watching you, not in judgment, but in hope, hoping that you'll keep showing up, hoping that you'll stay committed, hoping that you'll have the discipline to keep going, even when no one claps, even when progress is invisible, even when it would be so much easier to quit. Discipline isn't about being harsh or rigid. It's about being devoted. It's about choosing long-term fulfillment over momentary comfort. It's about building a life you're proud of, not just through inspiration, but through daily, deliberate action. Every day is a new chance to practice discipline, not to be perfect, but to be better, not to impress others, but to prove to yourself that you can follow through. Because in the end, success isn't about what you say you'll do, it's about what you actually do, day in, day out. 6. Your skills are your tools. They're the currency of value in a world that rewards competence, creativity, and contribution. No matter what field you're in, what dreams you're chasing, or what stage of life you're at. Your ability to improve, refine, and expand your skills will define your level of success. Every day, you must commit to working on your skills because in a rapidly changing world, standing still is the same as falling behind. Skills are not static. They're not something you master once and then coast on forever. They must be sharpened, stretched, and challenged constantly. If you want to stay relevant, competitive, and capable, you need to become a lifelong learner, someone who sees every day as a new opportunity to grow sharper, deeper, and more effective. This applies to technical skills like coding, writing, speaking, design, data analysis, or marketing. These are the hard skills that allow you to do your job better, create new opportunities, or build something from nothing. But it also applies to soft skills, which are often even more important. Communication, leadership, critical thinking, time management, emotional intelligence. These are the skills that help you work with people, lead teams, make decisions, and navigate life with confidence. The truth is, no one is born skilled. Everyone starts as a beginner. The difference between those who stay average and those who become world-class is their willingness to do the work, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when progress feels invisible. Behind every successful person is a mountain of practice, of failed attempts, of quiet hours spent learning and refining when no one was watching, every day. Ask yourself, what skill am I working on? What am I improving, mastering, or developing today that will make me more capable tomorrow? Because the better your skills, the more valuable you become to yourself, to your team, to your industry, to the world. And remember, learning today is easier than ever. Books, podcasts, online courses, tutorials, mentors. The tools are everywhere. The information is available. The question is no longer, can I learn this? The question is, will I make time for it? Will you dedicate 15, 30, or 60 minutes a day to stretch your brain, push your limits, and step outside of your comfort zone? It's not about learning everything at once. It's about stacking tiny improvements day by day, one new concept, one new technique, one new insight. Over time, this compounds, and soon what once seemed difficult becomes natural. What once intimidated you becomes part of your skill set. That's the power of daily improvement. Working on your skills every day also builds your confidence, because when you know you've invested in your growth, when you know you've done the work, you carry yourself differently. You speak with authority, you perform with assurance, you take on challenges with the quiet strength of someone who knows they're ready. So don't underestimate the power of skill building. It's not just about getting ahead, it's about becoming someone who can handle whatever comes your way. Because opportunities don't just go to the smartest or the luckiest. They go to the most prepared, and preparation starts with working on your skills, deliberately, consistently, and relentlessly. 7. Your attitude is your power. It's the emotional tone you bring into every room, every relationship, every opportunity, and every challenge. More than your talent, more than your background, more than your resources. Your attitude shapes how people experience you, how you experience the world, and how far you'll go. Every single day, you must work on your attitude, because it determines whether you see life through a lens of limitation or possibility. Attitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's not about faking positivity or ignoring problems. It's about choosing your response. It's about how you show up, especially when things don't go your way, life is unpredictable, plans fail, people disappoint, things get hard, but your attitude, that's always yours to control. It's the one area where you always have a say, no matter the situation. A strong attitude is built on resilience. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks without letting them define you. It's waking up on a rough day and saying, I'm still going to give it my best. It's hearing a no and deciding to keep trying. It's facing discomfort and choosing courage over complaint. That mindset, that refusal to crumble when things get hard, is what separates those who succeed from those who stall. Every day, you need to check your attitude like you check your appearance. Ask yourself, am I carrying energy that lifts or drains? Am I showing up with optimism or defeat? Am I bringing solutions or just pointing out problems? Because the energy you bring doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Teams thrive on attitude, relationships thrive on attitude, success thrives on attitude. A great attitude attracts opportunities. People are drawn to those who are confident, kind, and committed to growth. On the other hand, negativity repels. If your default setting is to blame, complain, or expect the worst, you'll start seeing only what reinforces that narrative. But if you train your mind to look for lessons, for blessings, for chances to grow, then even your struggles become stepping stones. And make no mistake, attitude is a choice. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you shape every day through the thoughts you entertain, the words you speak, and the perspective you adopt. Your internal dialogue, what you say to yourself when no one's listening, sets the tone for your entire life. If you want to upgrade your world, start by upgrading your attitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for transforming attitude. When you start focusing on what's right instead of what's missing, you shift your entire emotional state. Gratitude doesn't mean you settle. It means you acknowledge your blessings while still striving for more. It grounds you, humbles you, and lifts you all at once. And let's talk about humility and openness. A great attitude includes the willingness to learn, to listen, to grow, to admit when you're wrong, to celebrate others without insecurity, to move through the world with quiet strength, not loud ego. The most powerful people aren't always the loudest. They're the ones whose attitude speaks volumes before they say a word. So if you want to elevate your life, elevate your attitude, start each day with intention. Choose the energy you'll bring into your work, your conversations, your challenges, because your attitude is your signature, and the world reads it long before they see your results. 8. Your mindset. Your mindset is the master key to your life. It shapes how you see the world, how you interpret challenges, how you respond to failure, and how far you believe you can go. More than any strategy or skill, your mindset determines your trajectory. Because if your mind isn't in the right place, nothing else will be. Every day, you must work on your mindset, not once in a while, not just when things go wrong, every single day. Why? Because your mind is constantly being influenced by the people around you, by the media you consume, by your environment, and by your past experiences. If you're not actively shaping your mindset, the world will shape it for you, and the world doesn't always lead you to strength, confidence, or clarity. It often leads you to fear, doubt, and distraction. There are two primary types of mindset, fixed and growth. A fixed mindset believes that your abilities are set, that your intelligence is capped, that your potential is limited. It avoids challenges, fears failure, and resists change. A growth mindset, on the other hand, believes that you can learn, improve, and evolve through effort and resilience. It embraces challenges as opportunities, sees setbacks as stepping stones, and welcomes feedback as fuel for development. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you need a growth mindset, and that doesn't happen by accident. It takes daily reinforcement. Every day, you must feed your mind with beliefs that empower you, not limit you. You must train yourself to see obstacles not as dead ends, but as detours, lessons in disguise. You must shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What can I learn from this?" Working on your mindset also means becoming aware of the narratives you repeat to yourself. That inner voice that says, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess this up," "I can't handle this." Those are mental habits, and like any habit, they can be changed, but it starts with awareness, with catching the thought, questioning it, replacing it. You don't have to believe everything you think. Affirmations, journaling, visualization, reading powerful books, listening to inspiring voices. These are all tools for mindset maintenance, but they only work if you use them consistently. You can't just read one quote and expect a lifetime of clarity. You have to keep showing up for your mind like you show up for your body at the gym. Daily reps, daily effort, daily intention. Your mindset also influences your relationships. When you operate from a place of scarcity, believing there's never enough time, opportunity, love, or success, you compete, compare, and close yourself off. But when you embrace an abundant mindset, you collaborate, celebrate others, and believe there's enough for everyone, including you. And let's be clear, working on your mindset doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means developing the strength to remain calm in chaos. It means staying hopeful when things are uncertain. It means choosing growth over comfort, clarity over confusion, and faith over fear, even when it's hard. Your external life will always rise or fall to the level of your internal mindset. So when you invest in your thoughts, you're not just changing your perspective, you're changing your results. You're setting the tone for how you handle pressure, how you pursue your goals, and how you recover from loss. 9. Your goals are your compass. They give direction to your energy, purpose to your efforts, and structure to your time. Without clear goals, you drift. You react to life instead of shaping it. You get busy but not better. You stay active but not aligned. That's why every single day you must reconnect with your goals, not just to remember where you're going, but to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Your goals are not just words written on paper or dreams floating in your imagination. They are promises you make to yourself, promises to grow, promises to stretch, promises to become someone you've never been before, and to fulfill those promises, you need more than wishful thinking. You need intentional action, daily action. Working on your goals every day is not about massive leaps. It's about steady, deliberate steps. It's about breaking down big dreams into small, manageable tasks and showing up for those tasks even when it's inconvenient, even when no one's watching, even when progress feels slow. Because true success doesn't come from bursts of effort. It comes from the quiet, relentless pursuit of what matters. Goals give you clarity. They help you filter your decisions. They tell you what to say yes to, and more importantly, what to say no to. When your goals are clear, you stop wasting energy on distractions. You stop getting pulled into things that don't align with your vision. You move with purpose. You act with focus. But goals aren't just about what you want to achieve. They're about who you're becoming in the process. When you pursue a meaningful goal, you are required to grow, to become more disciplined, more resilient, more resourceful. The journey itself is transformative, and often the greatest reward isn't the goal, it's the person you become by chasing it. You must revisit your goals often, every day if possible. Look at them, think about them, visualize them. Ask yourself, am I moving closer or drifting further away? What's one thing I can do today to advance this dream? Because when your goals are top of mind, your actions naturally align. But when you forget them, life fills the gap with noise, urgency, and other people's agendas. And let's be honest, there will be days when your goals feel out of reach. Days when you question if you're good enough, smart enough, strong enough to make it happen. That's normal. That's part of the process. But the key is to stay connected to your why. Why does this goal matter to you? What will it cost you not to pursue it? Who are you doing this for besides yourself? Goals should challenge you. If your goals don't make you a little uncomfortable, they're probably not big enough. But big goals require big commitment. They require persistence, and they require a mindset that says, even if I can't see the finish line, I'm going to take the next step. Because every great achievement started with someone who chose to believe and then kept going. Goals are the blueprint for your future. They are how you turn vision into reality, but they don't work unless you do. Not once in a while, not when it's convenient, but every single day with discipline, with focus, and with heart. 10. Your relationships are the foundation of a fulfilling life. They shape your happiness, influence your mindset, and impact your success in ways that few other things can. Every day, you must work on your relationships, not just the big, obvious ones, but every connection you have, whether it's with family, friends, colleagues, or even casual acquaintances. Because the quality of your relationships directly affects the quality of your life. Relationships require effort, attention, and care. They aren't something you build once and then forget. They need constant nurturing, communication, and understanding. Think of them like a garden. If you neglect it, weeds grow, plants wither, and the beauty fades. But if you tend to it daily, watering, pruning, feeding, it flourishes, blooms, and becomes a source of joy and strength. When you work on your relationships every day, you invest in a network of support that will uplift you in tough times and celebrate with you in good times. Strong relationships give you emotional resilience. They provide perspective when you're stuck. They offer encouragement when you doubt yourself. No one achieves greatness alone. Behind every success story, there are people who believed, who pushed, who stood by. But working on relationships isn't just about what you get, it's about what you give. It's about showing up with empathy, kindness, and authenticity. It's about listening more than talking. It's about being present, not distracted. It's about making others feel seen, heard, and valued. When you give this kind of attention, you create trust, and trust is the glue that holds all relationships together. Every day, ask yourself, how can I be a better friend, partner, colleague, or family member? What small act of kindness, what genuine conversation, what thoughtful gesture can I offer today? Sometimes it's the little things, a text to check in, a word of encouragement, a simple thank you, that make the biggest difference. Conflict is inevitable, but it's also an opportunity. When disagreements arise, approach them with patience and an open heart. Seek to understand rather than to win, because relationships grow stronger not when things are easy, but when you navigate challenges with respect and care. This daily commitment to understanding and compassion builds bonds that last a lifetime. Also, be mindful of the company you keep. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, and who support your dreams. The right relationships will push you forward, hold you accountable, and celebrate your victories without envy. They create a positive environment where you can thrive. Remember, quality always matters more than quantity. It's better to have a few deep, meaningful connections than 100 superficial ones. Those deep connections give you a sense of belonging and purpose. They remind you that you're not alone, that you're part of something bigger than yourself. Working on your relationships every day is an investment in your future happiness and success. It's about building a life rich with connection, love, and mutual respect. Because at the end of the day, when all the material things fade, it's the people who remain, the relationships you've cultivated, that bring true meaning to your life.